maybe one of the most important things in fundraising is to know what your donor wants. And here's just a story about what that can do. I got connected to an organization that suddenly lost all of its money from the state. It was an organization called New York City Kids Project, NYC Kids Project, that used puppets in their educational program for kids in elementary school. And the puppets would have one disability or another. And the purpose was to make people understand and I don't know, increase tolerance, decrease bullying. But one of the stories I remember seeing is that they were doing that with the puppets, and partway through the program, somebody from, I guess, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade said, and they talked to the puppets. The kids talk to the puppets like it's easy because they're, I don't know, they lose their inhibitions. So this kid said, hey, Joey, I know you have Down syndrome, but I don't care. I like you. Can we be friends? And that was the essence of what this organization does in schools. So I went and I helped them do a strategic planning work. They decided their approaches. The two big things were to create a board, affect a board, and raise money, because they had the program already set. First thing they did in their program then was to raise money through a reception, get to know us. So they had a reception, and I invited a few people I know, including a colleague from ISAC who was in the finance world and a good friend. So she came. She was the kind of person who worked 12, 14 hours a day. So she squeezed this reception probably before she went back to her office. And she comes and she sees what they do. And she says, wow, I mean, she really likes it. It was her interest. And that's the magic of finding the interest. So she's very busy. And yet a couple of weeks later, I heard that she had spent a weekend and totally redid their website. Then they're planning a fundraising benefit. So guess who steps up and says, oh, I'll help with the fundraising part. And through her connections in the finance world in New York City, she got other companies, and her own, I'm sure, to cover the cost of the reception room in a hotel, all the hors d'oeuvres, very nice supply of hors d'oeuvres, all of the drinks, a variety of drinks, and a number of prizes for people who came. All of this given free. And people would come in and they were asked to make a donation or an entry fee of, not too much, but certainly well worth what they would be getting. I mean, it was an incredible deal. At the end of the night, mainly she, for the organization, raised $30,000, which launched them in their fundraising. Okay, she's still interested. A couple of weeks later, I hear that she's on the board of directors. And then maybe a month later, a couple months later, talking to her, oh yeah, I've just agreed to actually be co-chair of the board. And it goes on from there. I mean, this is a story. If you find the right interest with one person as a volunteer, as a donor, that helps her or him have their dreams come true, this is the magic of fundraising. This is the magic of making this a better world through the work that NGOs do. It's a great story. It can be replicated 1 million times. Let's do it.